dogs. Some of the problems that Spot had, the growling and the ignorant stuff, you know what I mean? Buffalo and dogs, bottom line to it. Hey, old Spot would leave this stuff and be sitting in there in minutes done. Consistent. And I really felt like they was not going to hold this dog. Just like I told her, get up there for some reason, they don't score this coon, he'll tree 3 more. You're going to score some of them. And it was just unreal, Eddie. Really was.
So the family, when you told the family that, hey, this is the year or it ain't going to be, they just kind of packed up, huh?
You better.
Well, let me tell you this. I talked to our buddy Stephen Miller. This will be a story now. I wasn't on the cast or nothing, but when Stephen come in, y'all hunted heads up. He was hunting those stickers, and hey, she was a good one. And he told me that he had never been with a hound put on a show like old Spot did. Now, Stephen, his daddy was a coon hunter, and he was a coon hunter. And he told me, said, Ed, I've never seen nothing quite like that. He said, I was holding Bobby up. He said, after Spot treed the third coon, he said, I shook his hand and hoped him good luck. Is that pretty much the way you remember the cast?
You know, I am. I don't mean to brag and all that, but like I said, that's just facts. I got tickled the first turn loose, Bill Stokes and them. Of course, Steve, you know I like to pick. Hey, you're going to win or lose. Have fun regardless. I was tickled to death getting the final, you know, the one-on-one. Bottom line to it. But anyway, old Spot strikes, and I'm telling you, wham, bam, son, just like he's done time. Old Spot didn't make many dams, fella. You plus that sucker, and let's roll on. Bottom line to it. Old Spot rode up in there just in a little bit. We walking to him. Stickers in the other trailer. We get the Spot. He's got a den tree. I know it sounds crazy. It shocked me, buddy. I thought, that ain't no problem. I'll run him out. That ain't no problem. Spot trees his den trees, but the coon's on outside. That's because they're there. And he went the right way on it. But hey, this one didn't come out. Must not been there. But it was a circle tree. I said, Stephen, night might be your lucky night. I don't know. But stickers come trees. I had to lead through the team. Get in here, and she's got a den tree. I said, Stephen, you had your chance. You had your chance. We cut them back loose. I'm telling you right now, they struck right there, and I'm telling you, Spot just done what Spot does, just in seconds. Spot tree, bottom line to it. Well, stickers is just all around him, all around him. Stephen looks over at me, and he said, you Peckerwood, he's got that coon. I said, I really feel like he does, Stephen. I'm being honest with you. He said, I know he does. He's done run it plumb through her so quick, she don't know where it, she knows where it's at, but she's mad. And then she come on in there and back him. Go in there and plus him up. We cut off that tree right there. It ain't long, son. That sucker is through yonder. He's done struck and treed again. Stickers trailing. Go to him, plus him up. She's still trailing. Well, I said, Stephen, what about it, buddy? He said, Bobby, I know I'm a loser, but he said, I'm telling you right now, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. And I said, listen, pinch yourself. I said, it's for real. This stuff's happening. Of course, you know how I picked that up. But, and Stephen, we all had a big time.
Bobby, he told me when they was taking the pictures there for the final cast, me and Stephen standing there, and I will forget it. He said, Ed, he said, there's your world champion right there. I said, Steve, yes, I said, this ain't my first coon hunt now. I said, they got 2 long hours. He said, no, yes, Ed, he said, there's your world champion right there. He said, there's nothing going to beat that dog. Well, Bobby, I want to move on to one of my favorite stories that you've ever told me. And like I said, if I mess this intro up, you correct me. But
listen, I hope it ain't fixing that porch.
No, we ain't gonna let you fix a porch. I was worried today when we tried to get a hold of you. You was helping somebody fix a porch somewhere. But here we go. That 2013 World Championship, the final cast. Now I wasn't out there, but the best I could tell, all 3 dogs are treed in different places. You go to the first one, she circled up. Go to Bill, he circled up, and all you got to do is handle a little Spot under a circle tree or a coon, and you have got a lifelong dream. You are and your family have won the world championship. So here we go. We come out of the woods, and there's a railroad track. Bobby, take it from there for me.
Lord have mercy. Let me tell you something. You know how it goes, and everything could strike and go bad. It a lot of times it does. We was going through yonder to Spot, and I'm telling you right now, Eddie, They was shining dogs down the track. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't thinking nothing about it. Old Spot sitting through yonder. I really felt like he had another one, and it was over. Get my lead on him. Hey, pretty good piece in yonder. Eddie, I'm now telling you right now. Here comes a train. You've heard me say the train before. Last time it struck in the right kind of way. They're down there on the tracks. Pretty good piece back down the railroad track, and that's the reason the train done what it done. They're shining the tree down yonder. This train sees them lights. He goes with that horn. He locks his train. The Spot probably ain't 100 yards, 150 yards tops off the railroad track. 100 yards get it, I know. And I'm telling you, this sucker locks that train down and seems like it takes 30 minutes to get this train to stop. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh, Lord have mercy. Any dog would have flew off. I'm telling you, Eddie, any dog would have flew off. And you couldn't blame a dog if they did. You can imagine a train and then your air brakes and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was a nervous wreck because you could not hear nothing. Nothing. When this all stops and the whole 9 yards and then all at once the brakes and one thing and another, I don't hear Spot. I thought, oh my God, he's probably done jumped the railroad track and gone on through yonder. Wasn't just a little bit that sunbuck come back tree. I thought, thank you, old boy. But that was a memory that you'll never forget. That old train. That's the reason I bring it up here, you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you told me that story that what was separating you from a world championship was handling that dude. And when they run the 2 minutes on him, I don't know how many seconds went by, but you said them was a long few seconds.
Hey, and like I said, if it happened, it happened.
Sure.
I couldn't have fought the dog, but he had him another coon. But there was a day when I was some of the habits that Spot had, running the roads and stuff. I promise you, speller, he'd have been gone. I promise you.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me move on to another dog, Bobby. I know that Spot won the world championship in 2013. Best of my memory, had about 625 plus is what he won the cast with.
Yes,
and I want to move on to Break Box. Now, that was 2 years later. I remember Break brought a smile to your face, and you got down to the final 6 with him. Yes, and I'm talking 2 years later, you're in the final 6 again. Tell us a little about his breeding, and I think y'all lost him kind of early. Tell us a little bit about that, Bobby.
He was, flat rock bred and stuff, but some, like we've hunted all our life pretty much. Hey, old Break was a coon treer, get struck on a field mouse, but he'd be in your tree with a coon somewhere. And he's one of them trailing type dogs. You know what I'm saying? They treat coons in these hills and hollers. And I liked him because of the dedication he had. Yeah, there was a lot of bad nights, you know what I'm saying? Bottom line to that, but what ain't? But he had what it had to take too. And I always liked him because he had a big heart in him. And a coon treater.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, he won pretty regular himself. He sure did. That's just the bottom line. And then got darn, we was up there at North Carolina whenever I was up there in a hunt there. And his kidneys shut down on him. I couldn't believe it, and my vet couldn't either, because I'm telling you, fella, he get his regular checkups. Bottom line to that, you know what I mean, and his kidneys shut down. The vet couldn't believe what happened, but that's the way it went. And just took 2 weeks, buried him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember him at Walker Days, seeing him up there, and that thing was on his game up there at Walker Days.
Yes, sir. And like I said, bottom line to it. Yep.
Well, all right. I'm gonna ask you another one that brings a smile to your face, and I tell you, old Topper. We're gonna move on over to Topper. That dude's watched by a lot of people around the country, Bobby, and I know he just won the truck 2 weekends ago. He won the senior showdown. Sean ain't with us, but I'd say he's well over 200,000 in his winnings. But tell me a little bit about Topper. When you first saw him, I don't know how old he was, and when did you know this dude right here could be a winner also?
Well, it's one of them deals. We raised most of our dogs and did him. You know what I mean? Zach, that was his pick. Zach picked that pup out, but they run around here like all of them does. You know what I mean? But Topper was quick. You could just tell when the dogs got that other stuff in them. You know what I mean? The little extra. And like I said, now Zach done all the hunting on him. Bottom line to it. But I told Zach different times. I said, boy, let me tell you something. You lead a lot of dogs that can tree coons and do this and do that. But when you're leading that one that shakes your bait, release just a little bit, pay attention, do your homework, and try to make your homework be in the right kind of way instead of the dumb resets, setbacks, because there's going to be enough of that as it is. It was just unreal. He reminded me so much of Spot, and I tell anybody, he ain't won the world hunt. He's not, probably never will, but he's a Spot made over. Now, I'm just telling you right now, moves, quick, just bottom line to it. Hey, he went through a slump here a while back. The first truck I won there with PKC there. Why he done it, Eddie, I do not know, buddy. But if he didn't go through that little slump, I'd have done bumped that lifetime earning deal. I promise you. There's no doubt in my mind. Ain't trying to brag or nothing, but I've had him everywhere. I don't care where he went, he won. By treeing them coons in a hurry. Then he got to going back to a tree on me here yonder. Dumb stuff. You was with me one night, stuff he was doing. Why he done that, Eddie? It ain't cause he killed coons. Man says, well, they pick up habits. Let me tell you something. That dog's been cut 5,000 times any direction. It ain't cause he had coons killed to him. That's just a little habit he picked up and set him back some. Didn't take but one little old deal to fix that. But I went in the hospital, done this, done that. Stuff lingered on. Then I'd go to a hunt, hoping sometimes he'd win, sometimes that would happen again. Bottom line. But when I got it fixed, old Topper's back up on his game plan now, back to old Topper.
Well, let me ask something else about Topper. Am I right or wrong? Now, he was out of Hot Spot and y'all's little raindrop female?
First female that we bred to him when I won the world hunt was Drop, the Flat Rock raindrop female, and that was the first litter out of Spot. Sure was.
That would be the same female that just went in the Tree and Walker Hall of Fame.
Old Break. Yes, sir. That was Old Break's mama.
All right. Well, let me ask you another question, Bobby. I'm fixing to move on here a little bit. What about this Legs dog? I'm talking about the world champion Legs that born up there. When did y'all first see him, and when did you know that he was going to be another Burden winner?
Coon Hunting University is brought to you by Superior Light Company. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. If you're in the market for a new light, do not overlook Superior. They make the best light in the business. The Hellcat Max Flat Dark Earth Edition is awesome. Comes standard with the new and improved high-intensity green laser. Comes standard with the newest design and dual walking light modules, offering the brightest walking lights currently available on the market, bar none. And it comes with your choice of red or true amber or double red color module technology. The Hellcat Max new module design reduces weight without sacrificing burn time or brightness, resulting in an overall weight of just 20 to 24 ounces, depending on your cap selection. The Hellcat Max offers the newest battery technology, which allows for 5 hours of continuous main beam burn time on the highest setting and over 10 hours of highest auxiliary light settings. All controls can be found on one easy 9-position click switch, and all Superior lights come with a 2-year warranty, are made right here in the USA. So check out Superior Lights, use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. Thank you to Mr. Jamie, Mr. Sam at Superior Lights for supporting Coon Hunting University podcast and making this podcast possible. So I ask all the listeners, if you could, please go over there and support Superior Lights. Use the exclusive discount code that is only available to Coon Hunting University podcast listeners, CHU podcast. Superior, step up to the max. Now, back to the show.
Well, of course, you hope all of them is, but they don't quite work that way. Zach could tell you, but I told Zach when he was probably 9 or 10 months old, I hunted him and the little paddle dog. I hunted them two puppies together. You never get them treed on the same tree. They was always in the hills, and always one on that ridge, one on this ridge. I told Zach, I said, Zachary, there's a pup down there in that kennel that will win more money than old Topper ever thought about being. I said, I'm just telling you like it is. Of course, he laughed and this and that. I said, you remember what I'm telling you, Zach? You do any kind of homework right, you mark it down what I'm telling you. And of course, who knows, to go and win the world hunt, stuff like that. But I'm just saying, Zach sees what I was talking about because he was the real thing.
What was it? His accuracy, Bobby? Was it his desire to go hunting, or his accuracy, or?
When you pop that snap, Eddie, he's going to go hunting. He would tree a coon, and he'd habit sucker most time when he treed, buddy. I'm telling you right now. You can just tell, man. When they start putting stuff together and being consistent, that's what keeps going. Not 3 nights out of 7, but when you get up there 5 nights out of 6, you ain't going to deal with all that. You ain't gonna deal with all that. You ain't gonna keep a dog like that out.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's just the bottom line to it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But,
well, I guarantee you that's the real deal. All right, Tyler wants to ask you a question.
Oh Lord.
So,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bobby, how did it make you feel to see your son win a world hunt? And how does it feel to be the only father-son duo to ever win a world hunt?
Well, let me tell you something. We play hard. We've done this all our life. And I told Zach when this went on, of course, been him butt heads here and there, this and that, but I always tell him, you ain't game enough, boy. You ain't game enough. You've got to be game doing anything you do. Play half about it, stay home. And that's the reason we butt heads a lot. When I know he's got something that can do something, and he slacks here and yonder, I never played like that, ain't going to start today. You either get on with it or get out. That's just the way I see it. Don't mean to run nobody down. I'm telling you, it's Zach. So you know what? I want to see him doing good.
Oh, let me ask you this, Bobby. When you won the world hunt, now we went through that and know about the train and everything. Was it tougher on you sitting wherever the Burden family was, listening to that play-by-play? Was it extra tough, Bobby?
Eddie, I'm going to be honest with you, fella. This might sound just because he went ahead and won it the whole 9 yards. But Eddie, I'm telling you right now, I did not feel like no roadblock was going to be made, fella. I'm being honest with you. That's just, I don't know. I don't mean to brag, and he went ahead and won it. That way people say, well, yeah, after he wins it, he can say this. No, I'm not. I'm saying it then. I just felt like he was going to get it done. The stuff that me and him had done, talked about one thing and another with the dogs and what we done here and there, and he'd done, how he'd stepped up. I'm just being honest with you. And there was things out there on that cast went on. Should have been a winner way before he was. What I'm getting at, all that leading up to things getting by with this, and I mean, this is facts now. People that own that cast, they know what I'm talking about. I ain't running nobody down. I'm just saying I don't blame nobody. There was things that could have been took care of that would have never lead to, well, he still got a chance of winning. I shouldn't have been in that ballpark. Legs should have been the winner hands down way early. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you what, the history books always show that there's two of them Burdens that won that world championship, and that is really awesome. Bobby, let me ask you, I'm going to move on just a little bit more. If you had to have one dog to tree one coon to win the world championship out of all the dogs you've hunted, and if you don't feel comfortable with what we got today, reach back and get an old one. You need one coon, one dog, one drop. What dog's it going to be?
You remember Echo?
Yep.
You remember that Echo dog?
That would be the one.
That hound right there. If it was an ice storm on, I don't care what the circumstances was, Eddie, that dude could tree you a coon somewhere, somehow. He could come up with a coon tree. That's the dog that you hunted with one night. You was hunting Marge. The English female.
Yeah.
And Echo was through that world again. He treed 2 or 3 coons. Squalled one out of a den.
He was a good one.
I think we was hunting out of Smithland.
We very well could have been. I remember that was a good hound.
He was through yonder, and you said, man, don't think old Echo won't go coon hunting. They need to go with him.
You got that right.
3 at night, I think. You was hunting Mark.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He was a good one.
But that dude could come up with a coon tree and never say a word, just bam, here it is. And you'd laugh, think, well, he's going to take a pump, eyes on the ground, trees, go in there and he have it sucker.
Man, let me move on again, Bobby. I got another question. Now, this is a hard one right here. If competition coon hunting ended today, if this was the last day for competition coon hunting, you still going coon hunting tonight, Bobby?
Let me tell you something. Don't mean to say this, don't mean to say that. But if we can still walk and breathe, you bet your ass we'll be coon hunting tonight. Yes.
I kind of knew that answer, but I didn't. I wanted to hear you tell me.
That's something we've all done, and it's more to the hunts. Don't get me wrong. We just following these old dogs. That's what I'd be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
All right.
Yes,
Tyler's going to talk to you a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
So, Mr. Bobby,
yeah.
What advice would you give to youth hunters that are getting started into the sport?
There you go again. The best thing I think in the world they can do, I don't care, whatever, throw them Garmins away and pay attention to your dog. Don't ask this and have to ask the judge every few minutes what's in there. Is it fences? You know what I'm saying? Learn your dog, hunt that sucker and put your time in. Every bark he gives you, will tell you what's going on. If you've done your homework, hey, learn your dog before you go anywhere. Don't get out there and blame it on that guy and, well, they struck my, done this, done that. Know your dog. Know your dog before you think about leaving home. That'll cut a lot of dumb stuff out. I promise you it will. Yes, sir. And leave it Garmin. That's the worst thing you can do. Sit around like watching TV all the time. Stop. I tell you what. Stop and think about it. You and your wife, I don't know if you're married, whatever, I don't know. But whatever you are, and you go to an eating place to sit down and eat. Look over if it's 6 people sitting at a table and see how many is talking to one another or if they're on cell phones. I mean, it's hard to communicate to anybody on phones and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Ain't no difference than being out there with hunting a dog. That's what you need to know, your dog.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's some great advice, too. You kind of touched on this, but what is the foundation of the Burden line of dogs? What do they all go back to? Do they all go back to one dog? Or how does that all work?
Goes back to some of the old Hicker Nut Harry breeding, buddy. Bottom line to it. That's the bottom line to that. Daddy's always had dogs like that, and the flat rock dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's what's been with us for a long time. And if we're still hunting and going on with this and that, that's what we will have. They've been good to us. And I ain't saying it's all good, but they've been good to us. But like I said, I tell anybody, they will tell on you whether you coon hunt or you watch TV. That line of dogs, a bunch of them will tell on you because you got to participate with a bunch of them. Because it's a lot of go pair in them that you got to hunt them to get the best out of them. And they'll let you know that. Yes, sir. Pretty simple. People say, well, I wouldn't hunt nothing with what kind of idiot that is. I understand. But I guarantee you one thing with them. When they jump a deer, they won't run it out of sight. They will put him through that world because they don't have to run it for sight. They can run it. You know what I mean? A lot of these little old dogs, they got enough heart to run something out of the world. Bottom line to it. But
Bobby, let me ask you this. I want to make sure I get it right. Now, we said,
hey, y'all. Tyler here from Coon Hunting University. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our great sponsor, Extreme Dog Fuel. I personally swapped to Extreme Dog Fuel about 2 months ago, and man, I've been blown away by the results. I'm going to talk to you about some of the benefits of the 30-20 real quick. It's an all-life stage formula, high percentage of available calories for canine athletes, high levels of vitamins and minerals, offer quicker recovery and healing, high-quality source of carbohydrates, maintain body condition during peak work periods, extremely palatable, and is loaded with probiotics. Extreme Dog Fuel has actually been told the minerals and the quality of the products that they put in their food is actually overkill, but they don't believe it is. It is an outstanding dog food, and I encourage everybody to check it out. Go to extremedogfuel.com and find a retailer near you today.
Hotspot was bred to Raindrop, and that got Topper. Now, to get legs, give me that bloodline real quick.
Took the Flat Rock Break Dog and was bred Jay Miller. Had a little female called D. Was out of some world champions there and this and that. But I hunted with her when she was younger. Anyway, we ended up buying her. And that's what bred to break and got legs in them. And a fuse box and Cash. And that bunch of dogs there pat on them.
Okay.
That kicked that breed on, you know. That's the food they're bred to.
All right. Well, let me ask you another question here. You got any pups up there knocking around in the yard that anything caught your eye? Any future crosses you got in your mind? Tell me about both of them.
You know how it is. They might end up killing all of them. But got some out of Topper right here. Out of a female was bred to Nikki. He held up her header. Bred to Topper. Got some pups there. And got some pups that we bred to a wipeout female. Will Smith, there's Z. Lady Z. They may not make nothing either. But Eddie, I'm telling you right now, you know I like something that moves and get around. And I ain't talking about it has to be with a crowd to make something happen. But I sure like the way they act and the way they get around, son. And I really feel like we got some that's going to do something. But we hoping anyway. But I like their act.
Do y'all offer y'all's Topper and all them to public stud?
I'll be honest with you, fella, and I ain't better than nobody. Bottom line to that, I never was in all that old breeding stuff. Anyway, I call it all that old bullshit. Most generally, we keep a female back, and when these dogs goes to aging out of super stakes, we done got a 1-year-olds coming on. That where we tuck and bred our female to something. It's about what we do.
Okay.
So as far as really breeding and all that, I ain't saying we wouldn't, I ain't better know that. Just one of them deals there. Bottom line to it. Yes, sir.
Do y'all ever have any dogs collected?
Yeah, we do. Matter of fact, legs and them, pack. We do here, Gunner. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Yes, sir, we do. And that's always a good thing. But and Topper right here, we bred him to 2 females, and I bred him to another female that he didn't have no puppies. Well, I had him checked, and it didn't look good for him to have puppies. But one of them deals there, I've got him on some stuff, and I'm not fooling with him at all till the hunts die down some. You can hunt them and do this and do that, but hey, I ain't in for that breeding them and running them up down the road and all that. Most generally, they don't work out good. So, one of them deals there. We're hoping we can get puppies out of him again, but if we don't, like I said, we'll go right on with legs and stuff like that. That's like we've always done. Bottom line to it.
All right, I want to change gears just a little bit, Bobby. Up there in that, this tradition that them Burdens has got up there, I'm telling you something. But what about this next generation? Have you spotted any coon hunters or competition hunters in this next little generation coming on?
Out of the Burden line?
Yes, sir.
God, they all probably be in rehab. Oh, Lord. Hey. I'm telling you, we better keep the law on a payroll check because they're going to be involved a lot. But
you think they're going to be coon hunters? Any of them going to be coon hunters and competition hunters? You can tell that yet, Bobby?
Listen to me. These little fellers, Zach's little old girl right there, Adeline, and my daughter there, Bentley, and he's 7, and his little brother there, Ryder, he's 4. But don't you think that them boys ain't involved in the woods. I'm telling you right now, they tell them old stories, and you would have actually thought that they went hunting last night and just come in by the bears they killed and the coons that old Topper treed, and Zach's dog treed a possum, and he whooped him about for an hour, Papa. I mean, you wouldn't believe the tales they tell. But they get involved in it, in the woods, and the dogs. They like dogs, and that's what you got to do. You got to enjoy dogs. I'm hoping, buddy, if anything, I got anything to do with it, you bet you they'll be in the competition. Yes, sir. But I'm hoping. Yeah, and little Wrangler, we got another little fella right there. He's probably going to be the warrior. But like I said, man, don't never know it. I'm going to try to not do like Zach and stuff like that. Don't burn them out at a young age. But a lot of times you'll find out how dedicated they are at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line to that. But I'm hoping, buddy. Yes, sir. I'm hoping. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Yes. That really is.
Sir. Oh, it's unreal. Yeah.
What do you feel has been your greatest achievement, Mr. Bobby, and why?
God almighty, fella. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people say that they've done this and done that. And there you go again. Don't mean to brag. But I'm telling you right now, fella, if I didn't go to another hunt or whatsoever, I'm one proud little Mexican. You believe what I'm telling you. I feel like everything we've done and because of our family and daddy and mama and them, my God, man, I ain't bragging, don't mean to brag, but we've won about everything. I don't know, it's just unreal for the family and everybody to travel like we've done and be pretty daggone consistent. Chew and done all this with daddy and mama both still living. Son, that makes you feel good. It does. Really does. Yes, sir. There ain't no certain thing, fellas. There ain't no certain hunt. I'm being honest with you. It's everything from when daddy put me on his back that makes you feel good. Yes,
Bobby, let me change gears just a little bit. I know y'all have won a lot.
You're gonna have to change a cog here in a minute. Now.
Well, I just wanted to know.
We're running out of gears.
I mean, I know every now and then we'll talk about sponsors and people that help you along the way.
Lord.
But
My Fruit of the Loom.
Is Fruit of the Loom, RC, Cola, and Moon Pies? I mean, is everything still right along? Do you see them in the future being with you?
Listen, it ain't going to be like Nike done no Tiger Woods. No matter what happens, they ain't going to drop me. No. But
that's kind of what I was thinking. Look here, Bobby. There's thousands of people that's affected your life and pull for you and help you. But just take a little time and mention some of those the friends and the mentors and your partners, because I know Mr. Yoder and them and their families.
You better believe it.
So,
Yeah.
so give us a little just on friends and mentors, and just take a little time, Bobby, and tell us what you want to tell us.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say the family. Lord have mercy. I've tried to get my wife leave many a time, because running these old roads and stuff like that, they're like an alcoholic. You're gone every other day, night, whatever, and then there's the dogs. But I'm going to say the family and stuff, and God, people, and everybody around. Like Eddie said, it ain't just no certain one person. I feel pretty daggone blessed that way, buddy. I really do. I could name one, but the 9,000 other ones I'd forget. So I'm just going to wrap that up with everybody involved, the people and all, from when I'm hunting on their grounds, old farmers and stuff like that. Lord have mercy. And Terry Yoder and Glendora and them, feller, they have turned my life upside down. That's Eddie's met them, and I don't mean to brag. There is one, Terry Yoder and Glendora. You better believe what I'm telling you. And I think Eddie knows sort of what I'm talking about. It ain't that you better win, you better do this, or you better do that. It goes way on beyond that. Believe what I'm telling you. Just great people, and how they've done my whole family. I'm being honest with you. Unreal. We talk about it here and yonder. You know, they say stuff happens for a reason. Daddy said, you talk this and don't deserve this or don't deserve that. But he said, son, you paid a lot of dues. Stuff fell in place. And he said, yeah, I feel like everything's worked out for a reason. But, and I've told Terry, I've told Yoder myself, don't mean to brag or nothing, but this couldn't happen to no other little guy. Yeah, it's been unreal, buddy. It's been unreal. When you lose, you ain't got time to stop. You got to fill back up with gas, because you got to go somewhere else. Because he said if you don't go, you don't win. You can't quit. It's just unreal. It ain't no one certain person, buddy. It's everybody that's ever been involved. I'll be honest with you. Yes, sir.
Bobby, you was talking about what y'all had won. Me and Tyler talked about it earlier, but, slow down and think just a minute. The baby stakes, the futurity, the super stakes, world championships, that's a S, truck hunts, senior showdowns, not counting the pro classics, the pro hunts and all that. Bobby, you and Spot got third in the nationals.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to just tell you, buddy, the highlight of that for me is, and I've said this earlier, but I want to say it again, it's the way you represent yourself, and your family represents your family name, and how y'all represent this sport. And I personally, even after listing everything y'all have won, I personally believe that's the biggest asset to the Burdens, is the way they carry themselves, the way they love this sport, and how they help continue this sport in the right way.
I appreciate that, Eddie. I really do. You know as well as I do, I pick and cut up a lot of ignorant stuff, but God darn it, like I've told you before, I know how it feels to be laying in a bed you can't get up and help yourself. That ain't no fun. And I tell people all the time, I'm a dedicated, you can believe that. But it all ain't about winning. It ain't. Respect some of the people, the people that you with. Won't you try some of that road? And sometimes them winning CWs fall in place. I believe that. I really, it ain't about shafting this guy or shafting that guy. If people get that done to their head and coon hunt, it's a lot of fun out there, buddy. And you can flat meet a lot of nice people.
I guarantee you, the good Lord's blessed us. If you can go out there and look at them stars and that moon and hear those dogs, we're blessed. All right, Bobby, look here. I'm fixing to turn it over to Tyler. As always, I enjoy talking to you, asking you questions, and I definitely have enjoyed myself. And we're back to Tyler. I'll talk to you next time. See you at a coon hunt, buddy. Or call you on the phone and ask for a little advice.
Hold on a minute, Eddie. Mama, when she come in a while ago, she was a rattling. There's something on TV here. She said, Lord, look. She starts to say, look at that. And I throw my hand up like, hush. When just a little bit, my wife come in. Mom gets up and goes in there to the bar. She says, I hear her over there talking. That's the reason I told her to put her mask back on. She said, who is he over there talking to? I went in and come in a while ago, and he jumped all over me. Oh, no, stuck my arm. She says, Brenda says, he's talking to Eddie Simmons. You got to be kidding me. I want to talk to Eddie Simmons. Knows me. He knows all of us. That's the nicest man you will ever meet. And he told me, throwed his hand up, told me to be quiet.
Well, you tell her, you make sure you tell her I said hello. And, hey.
She brings y'all up all the time, Eddie. You believe that, buddy.
I do, buddy. It's good talking to y'all, Bobby. And I'm going to turn you back over to Tyler. And as always, please tell everybody hello.
Hey, no problem, fella. Good talking with you, Eddie.
Hey, Mr. Bobby, man, I thank you so much for coming on here and taking this time out of your day and to be able to share all this.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been busy.
And I do, man, I have really enjoyed it. I have laughed. But
hey, no problem.
You have anything else you'd like to say before we sign off? Anybody like to shout out? Any sponsors?
Hey, absolutely. And to everybody, you know what I'm saying. But I'm telling you right now, Kevin Rainwater, God darn it, keep the light shining. Boy, that man's unreal, fella. That man's unreal about the way he does, the way he carries himself with his business. My goodness, anything, I don't care what it is, you get a hold of him, that Peckerwood will get it took care of, son. No questions asked. Ain't no dumb stuff. Well, what happened is Kevin Rainwater for sure, fella. And like I said, the RC Cola. Yeah. Hey, and that old eye-opener coon squaller. You better believe that. Doug Blackwell and them. You better believe that. And everybody else involved. You know what I'm saying. But like I said, one of them deals there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They make it all good. They make it all good. They really do. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Bobby, like I said, I do appreciate it, and thank you so much for coming on here, buddy.
Hey, absolutely ain't no problem. But listen now, don't turn your back on Eddie there. If he wants to go off, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? You hear about them people, well, if they do this and do that, it might would happen. But if that man was to get upset, it'd be bad. I believe it would be bad with Eddie Simmons.
I think, that's the type of people that do. The ones that's real nice, and you get them mad, though.
Michael Moody and all of them. Yes, sir, and pray for your brother. You got to watch them Peckerwoods now. Yeah, you got to watch them Peckerwoods. But no, hey, Eddie knows I'm picking. A lot of nice people out here in the world, buddy, even though how this whole world is. I tell everybody, it's the same old world. It's just the idiots in it nowadays. That's the fact. Yes, that's just the way it is. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, hey, I enjoyed it, fellas. I really did.
Yes, sir. I did too. It was good talking with you. Yes, sir.
Hey, if I don't see you before it rains, piss on you.
Hey, it's raining now, sir. All right, buddy. All right. Bye, Mr. Bobby.
Bye. Yes, sir.
I really hope y'all enjoyed that interview as much as I did. If you like what you heard here, go on over to Facebook, give us a like at Coon Hunting U. Also, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating and a review. It really helps us out. And remember, if you need a new hunting light, do not overlook Superior. They make an awesome light, best customer service in the business. Man, their walking light and double red is the brightest I've ever seen. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. You can find the link in the description box below this. Coon Hunting University is a product of Audio Hound Productions. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.